Hey, Joey.
Hey, Susie, how are you today?
Doing good. Can you tell me what you see out that window out there?
I see the old hospital where I was born, and it's strange that you can look out and see things like this still. Our town has changed in somewhat, but we still have a lot of old things around that brings up old memories. It's changed a lot. We've got a lot of new people in our town here, but we still got some of the old customers that I had when I first come here, which was like 25 and a half years ago I've been here. And I've met a lot of wonderful people. And this is my roots here. I moved back 25 and a half years ago and took over the restaurant, and I've met a lot of wonderful people. We have a good time in here going back over the old things and meeting a lot of the old people and talking about things that went on in the history of the town.
What's it like running a restaurant in a small town? Do you get to know all the patrons, and are there a lot of regulars that come by every day?
Oh yes, most of the time, and you see them come in, you know exactly what they're going to order, so their name is on the menu, several of them.
Oh,
so
neat.
you know how they want their food prepared. So it's very interesting.
And across the street, we have, well, the railroad tracks and the depot, and they're getting ready to restore that, right?
Right, and we're looking forward to that. I think it's going to help our town a lot. A lot of people are interested in the project.
Definitely, that'll be nice.
Right.
And well, what is it about Real Retreat? Did you say you left for a little while and came back? Or?
I did. Like I said, I was born and raised here, and after I finished out of high school, I moved around for a while, and I lived in Georgia for about 20 years, and then I moved back up and took over the restaurant.
That's neat. So what you say a lot has changed. What has been consistent and stayed the same about Real Retreat that never changes?
Well, we still have, like I said, the old hospital up here, and some of our store buildings are still here. We lost some with fire several years ago. Most of our roads and everything are staying the same, and that means a lot when you go through Real Retreat.
Tell us a little bit about that drugstore that burned down. That was over there by the depot.
The Dr. Pepper building that we call. Yes, that was a great loss to our town. There's been a lot of history in that. I can remember as a young girl going in and shopping in that store when it was a grocery store, and then it became a drugstore at the last. I remember a lot of people used that drugstore.
Do you remember when Blue Ridge Country did a story on Dr. Charles Pepper, and Waco, Texas was claiming that they created the Dr. Pepper formula, but it was really Charles Pepper right here in this town, wasn't it?
Right. My dad told me that he mixed the formula up. He got the syrup in barrels, and he would mix it up. And then when the daughter's boyfriend left, he took the formula with him, so the story goes.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is the official true story?
I think he took the formula and left with it.
Yeah, I think so too. And then Waco, Texas claimed it.
Yeah, we have a lot of customers that comes in and they want to know things to see. We usually refer them up and let them go over and see where Charles Pepper was buried, and that's a little interesting. Of course, we don't have the drugstore show them, but I have a few photos that they look at. I've collected up several photos trying to, keep the history of the town.
I've always heard that cabbage was the main crop. Do you recall that being true?
Oh, yes. I can remember having to raise the cabbage. We set it out with a wooden peg, plowed with a horse, dusted it with a sack that we used to seven dust it, hoed it with a hoe. And I can remember riding the old wagon into town and hauling the cabbage into the old warehouse that was up here where they took it and weighed it and bagged it, which you can see in this photo here. how they did that. And, yeah, there was a lot of cabbage went out of this country.
Yeah, is that cabbage the one behind you too?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That was taken up at the old warehouse.
That is interesting. Is anyone still growing cabbage out here?
Not that I know of. Mr. James Krause, I think, was the last one to do the cabbage. And Oprah Winfrey's staff came in here and they did a segment on that at one
Did they?
time.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
So what do you think is what's Rural Retreat sort of famous for now? What do you think is some of the main points?
Well, we just,
Not that it's famous, but well, Dr. Pepper part is famous.
yes, a lot of people come in for the history part of it.
Yeah. Wasn't Rural Retreat, it seems like I read that Rural Retreat got its name, wasn't it a resort for people to come for some springs water many years ago? Or do I have that wrong?
I haven't heard that.
Okay.
I've heard two stories on it. One was that the train, it came to this point and it retreated back, and then I heard during the Civil War there was a general rule and they retreated back during a battle.
That sounds more accurate than the
Sounds
tourist
more
thing.
accurate to me, yes.
I can't imagine Rural Retreat being a tourist spot. But then, let's hope with this venture we're doing now that we get a lot of people coming and interested in the area, and maybe help with the depot. And I mean, this could really turn into.
We have a lot of wonderful people in this town, and very helpful if there's anything that ever goes. If anyone needs any help, the community's there to help them. It's a warm place to live. It's a cozy little town.
Yeah, I love it here too. And I found that when I first came here, I stayed in Rural Retreat for a while, and then I moved to Whitfield, and everybody said you're moving to the town, and I didn't. To me, it's all country, because coming here from a bigger town, it all felt like country. But the next neighboring town is considered the town if you're living in Rural Retreat. Is that correct? So people still say we're going to town.
Yeah, we're going to town. We used to catch the Greyhound bus and go to Marion or Whitfield when I was here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, that's neat.
But a lot of people, there's a lot of businesses in this town. It doesn't look like it when you ride down Main Street, but we have a lot of businesses in Rural Retreat. It's grown.
Yeah. Are there still a lot of farmers, like dairy farmers and stuff in
Yes,
Rural Retreat? I guess that would be,
but not as many as they were.
yeah. Because I know when you go down Old Stage Road, that's all farmland out there.
We have a lot of farmland around in this area.
Well, do you feel like you're going to stay here? Like this is your home now?
It is.
Yeah.
I'll be here as long as I'm able.
As long as you're here, huh?
Yeah, as long as I'm here, I'll be here.
Okay, well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Comfortable with it.
Okay. You feel like we covered most of the pointers? Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.